You are a student and you forget things once you enter the exam hall. Come, I have something to tell you. You entered an exam hall to write an English language exam, and you are talking about the movie you watched last night, your friends on Snapchat, what you people talked about. You are talking about the game, the video game you played last night, and you are in an exam hall. You want to write English. So what you think is that when they give you the exam paper, automatically your brain will just switch from video game to English and you start writing and pass. Sorry, my dear, it doesn't work that way. You know, I have students always tell me, I try, I put in effort, I read a lot, but once I enter the exam hall, I forget everything I read. You're actually saying the truth, but there are some things you're not getting right. And by the time you're done watching this video, you will check and notice those things you're not doing right and start doing them. By now, you must have noticed, oh, once I enter the exam hall, it's as if I didn't read anything at all. And you end up either crying or being worried or being scared. Some of you even have fever. Now, since you know that this is how it occurs or this is what happens to you, you must ensure you follow these steps. Number 1, prepare way ahead of time before the exam, but don't over-prepare. Over-preparing will make you very anxious and tensed. So what do? Before the exam time, prepare at least 3 weeks ahead. If possible, 1 month ahead of the exam. Now, during 2 weeks before the exam, you start doing your revision. 1 week before the exam, you do your revision. If new things were taught before then, you read them. It will be easy to read because you're not jam-packing everything at the same time, right? The exam day is not the day to read. You'll be anxious. I see some students, when it's time for exam, you see them rushing to carry book. That's when they want to rush and read sharp. And don't do it if you forget things easily. Don't do it. It will make you to be more tensed. It will make you to be more anxious. And it's going to surely make you forget things. I know that why students hurry to read when it's close to the exam time, they will just rush to read something. It's because they think that if they don't do that, they will forget. But it will give you a ripple effect. You end up forgetting. So what you do is, if you have done the first step by preparing ahead of time, then calm down. Number 2, stop talking too much. As someone that forgets things easily, what you should do is to ensure that you are seated ahead of time before the exam. You are calm, you are relaxed, you are meditating on what you've already read. That's why you see some students in an exam hall, before the exam starts, they are resting their head. They're not stupid. Some of them is not because they are feeling sleepy or because they will not love to chit-chat. Some of these students already know themselves. They know that if they talk, they will forget. So they keep calm. That should be you. Mind you, some students will involve in these discussions and still pass. No problem. You are not one of those students, because you are trying to achieve something they are not. So you are not going to join them in that kind of discussion at that point in that hall, because you are supposed to be calm. The third thing you must do if you forget things when you enter the exam hall is to pray. Yes, you cannot take away the place of prayer. Ask the Holy Spirit to remind you of what you've read. This is very important. Do you know why? Because Jesus promised us that he will send us the Holy Spirit as our comforter, as our teacher, as our helper, as our guide. So imagine if you have all these persons around you, inside you, on that exam time. What do you think will happen? So when you have done these 3 things, when you have prepared way ahead of time before the exam day, when you have come earlier than the exam time and you sat down in your exam hall, calm, relaxed, quiet, meditating on what you studied, when you've prayed to God and asked the Holy Spirit to guide you, I assure you, you will come back with a positive result. This term, something must change, because you are going to do something about it. And God will not help you. God will not do anything about it unless you start doing something about it as well. Imagine you're asking the Holy Spirit to remind you something in the hall and you didn't read. What will he remind you of? There is nothing in the brain to remind you. Now, this year, you must pass your exams. Say it with me. Say, I must pass my exams. Beautiful.